I own a vehicle that is not electric, and I've had the opportunity of using an electric vehicle for a certain period of time. And the benefits of using an electric vehicle, okay, a four-wheeled electric vehicle, even an electric scooter, is so great. And I'll go into two of the biggest benefits of using an electric vehicle. One of the biggest benefits is cost. Now, when I was using for my normal car, for my full combustion FC car, I spend approximately about 450 to 500 Ghana cedis every week, commuting from home to work and making other errands. Now, with the electric car, I was spending not more than 70 Ghana cedis every week for same distance. Sometimes I even do more distance because it's cheaper. So you would immediately want to think that, oh, electric cars are expensive compared to their, you know, fuel combustion counterparts or sisters or cousins or however you may call them. But the long-term benefit of using an electric vehicle is cost. It's very friendly to the pocket. And that is one of the reasons why I'll highly recommend you using an electric vehicle. The second reason is that, I bought some electric vehicles for someone, and due to some challenges, we couldn't ship them immediately. We had to pack them in the underground basement for a couple of weeks. And when I came back to start the engine, I bought a pickup, which was a normal full combustion car, and then I bought two electric vehicles. And when we came back to start the electric vehicles just started because they already had power, right? But the full combustion engine's battery went down, and we had to call someone to jump start it. And this happened a couple of times, and it really made me appreciate electric vehicles, because you can leave an electric vehicle parked for months and nothing will happen to the battery. Come back, start it, and you're ready to go. And that was the exciting part for me. So these are the two benefits I will outline immediately. Now, we talk about the environment and being friendly to the environment, and people have counter arguments for things like this. And I don't have anything against, their counter arguments. However, I don't feel it's the biggest reason why you should go and use electric vehicles. In my opinion, as someone who has used an electric vehicle and someone who sees the impact on the economic impact, let me put it that way, the economic impact of electric vehicles in people's lives, I will highly recommend that if you're a worker who has an allowance to purchase a vehicle, then you should consider using that allowance to buy an electric vehicle. If you're someone who has access to loan from your workplace, consider buying an electric vehicle. So someone will also talk about charging points. Now, electric vehicle charging points are becoming very common. Now, even, assuming that there aren't enough charging points, you can still charge from home. Electric vehicles are designed in such a way that it comes with a plug. You can easily plug into your 220 volts. Now, 220 volts from charging from home will give it a slow charge. So what you would ideally have spent about 45 minutes or an hour charging fully on a normal, level 3 charging station, you will end up spending about 6 hours charging from home, which is still not bad, meaning that you can charge it overnight, right? And if your vehicle is making about 300 to 400 kilometer range, you are not going to make 300 to 400 kilometers in a day. You will have time to charge it. So assuming that you use it in 3 days, and you realize that it's fallen to about 60%, 70%, or 50% or 40%, when you come home, you don't have to wait till it's zero before you charge it. So when it's at 40% and you're home charging it, you don't need 6 hours. You probably need about 4 hours to charge it fully. You get it? So if you're constantly argue that, well, there isn't, enough power in our community, electricity supply is not constant, you're not going to have power outage the whole week. You're not going to have power outage the whole month, or power outage in the next 3 days. Even if you're going to have power outage for a period of time, you could always find a power station somewhere else to charge. In Ghana, in many parts of Africa, power stations are becoming very common these days. There are a lot of people who have been using power station electric vehicles and charging their vehicles at these power stations situated all over the country. The power station business is only going to grow bigger and bigger. It's not going to go down. So I don't think you should be worried or too worried about, the charging situation. And more solutions will be coming up. I believe so. More entrepreneurs in the economy will be coming up with solutions. Now, with the issue of maintenance, people will think that, oh, but electric vehicles, how can I maintain it? Is it going to be a problem to maintain it? Now, electric vehicles are made up of three main components: batteries, controller, and the motor. Any electric vehicle, be it a two-wheeler, a three-wheeler, or a four-wheeler, are made up of these three main components. Unlike a full combustion engine car, which is made up of a main engine, which has got so many moving parts, you have oil change to do, you have so many moving parts in the vehicle. Electric vehicles are made up of these three main components. And these three main components will hardly give you any problems at all. I remember in a conversation with a friend long time ago, well, not about 2 years ago, he mentioned that a friend of his had an electric vehicle in Ghana. And over the last 5 years since he's had it, and I was very surprised to hear that he's had it for the last 5 years. In the last 5 years since he's had it, he's spent on more than 5,000 Ghana cedis in total maintaining the vehicle. And I'm not surprised. The same applies to electric motors, electric scooters, electric bicycles. So the cost of maintenance, I can guarantee you, will be probably 1/10 of what you spend maintaining a normal car. And if you spend more than 1/10, you can let me know, right? So maintenance is not that bad, and it's actually extremely good. So apart from the initial outlay, initial sum that you cough up, which may be a little bit higher than its full combustion compatriots or colleagues, you will have the long-term benefit of spending very little on maintaining this vehicle. And that is a very big plus. So in terms of maintenance, you have very little to worry about. So why are people not adopting it as quickly as they should? I think that up until now, it has been a matter of cost. Up until now, it has been a matter of how affordable it is. It's not really affordable. It's slightly more expensive. Now, if you want a 300-kilometer range vehicle, you are looking at least $10,000 for a brand new one. All right? If you're looking at 400 kilometers, you're looking at about $12,000, which is still very affordable. But if you have to consider the shipping costs and clearing costs, depending on which country you are in, you're looking at another 40% on top of that initial cost. So you will be spending, in the region of, let's say, $15,000, $16,000 to get a brand new electric vehicle in your country. That probably does about 400 kilometer range. But the solution I'm trying to offer is, as a company, is that you don't have to buy a brand new electric vehicle. The good news is that, in the part of the world like China, where the technological advancement has gone on or has happened at a pace which beats the imagination and which beats the analyst's mind. My personal observation is that the prices of electric vehicles have dropped slightly, and which is going to cost you about $3,000 less. All right. So if you are into the idea of owning an electric vehicle, and you do not want to start, especially if you're in the Africa region, and you do not want to start off with a brand new one which has got 0 miles done on it or 0 kilometers done on it, but you want something that has done about 15,000 kilometers, 20,000 kilometers, which is still relatively new, because ideally most of these batteries have a range of at least 300,000 kilometers before they really become bad, and then you have to change them. And changing them is not rocket science. It can be done. There's enough knowledge to get it done smoothly. So if you're interested in doing this, please reach out to me and I'll be able to assist you. We have test-ridden a lot of vehicles on the market, and we can guarantee that we will be able to give you the best quality electric vehicles, second-hand vehicles, which will serve you for a very long period of time and you'll be saving, every day on your pocket. You don't have to worry about fuel stations. You can come home and charge your vehicles, and you can step out in confidence knowing that you don't have to worry too much about fuel prices going up. Even if electricity prices go up, you still benefit tremendously, in terms of percentage that you would have paid, for fuel compared to what you're paying for electricity. You will still benefit tremendously. It is the future. Electric is the future, and we are happy to be part of this revolution. We are trying to connect, and to leverage on the connections we have. We're trying to connect with you out there and leverage on the connections we have here to be able to get you affordable and very good quality electric vehicles. So reach out to me on daniel@gasolebikes.com or on my telephone number displayed on the screen, and we will be in the position to help you. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to help.